Hello and welcome to the newest update from my Lego City project called Brickworld. And after closing some gaps there in the front of that area in the last episode, today we are working at several little places in the city to fill some gaps, adding a new truck and talking about the shop I have and also about some fan posts. It's more little updates. There are not going to be some big stuff in that today's episode, but the little stuff is also something that creates that whole brick world feeling, I think. So we are working at some places today, and yeah, that's what we're doing today. In some of the next updates, we are going back to the bigger stuff, but today there are the little places to be. And the first little part I have changed are that arches you can see on the right side of the video. That's where there were some wrong arches still from the old layout because I did not have the right ones with the height of 2, and I used that with one height and added some 1 by 1 bricks below it. And yeah, that's something I have changed now because it was a little, it wasn't right. And you can see here a German comment from the German channel talking about that. And there were again and again some comments to change that. And today's episode I have changed that. Yeah. Next step for today is that truck you can see here. It's an official Lego set from I think 2009 or so. I bought it at eBay. There were some missing parts, like 14 or 15 little parts. I have bought them at Bricklink and now I have added them, and I also putting in some lights to the truck. There I'm using the system from my German partner Illuminate Your Bricks, which is a German distributor for Light My Bricks, and that's the light system I use in all of my city. And yeah, I'm putting in some lights at the front and at the end of the truck. I do not add the other lights at the top or at other locations, just at the front and at the end. And here you can see the truck now in my city. I have placed it on the streetcar tracks. That's a good location for it because it's hiding some more ugly parts of the street, because it's not so easy to put that curved track into the pavement of the street. It's much more easier at the cobblestone area, but here in front you can see there's some bigger gaps and I'm not able to close them properly. Later in that episode I'm adding some more stuff to that location and also filling the gap below the truck. And that's another little construction area I am going to finish today, but I think it's a better idea to place the truck at that location. You can see it below. That's a bigger gap I'm going to close later, but I think it looks much more better when the truck is hiding some of that area. You can say there are some bigger gaps in the street because it's an old street, and etc, etc, but I think that's the best idea to place the truck in my city. And here you can see me talking in German about the shop I have in Germany, where you can buy some official Brick World Lego sets and other stuff like minifigures, etc, etc. And that's not the most important stuff for the English channel, though I have deactivated the sound here and talking about something else. I don't know if you have seen me, but here I am. Hello, I say hello. Yes, the shop had some problems in Germany because I have gave the work to somebody else and he did not write, and I got some problems with the shipment, etc, etc. But that's not what I want to talk about here on the English channel. You can go to the shop, but the shop is at the moment only in the German language and you can only buy from European Union countries. And yeah, you saw some box from my shop, and here you can see some of the new little sets. They are dioramas from little places from the city. So you can buy them. They are built with original Lego bricks and plates, etc. And you can also buy some Christmas stuff now in my shop, but I think it's a little bit too late for you and maybe for next year. But I'm going to rebuild the shop in the near future to have also an English speaking part, and also I want to make it possible to send the stuff to other countries outside of the European Union, like to the UK or to the States, etc. And yeah, that's something I want to do in the next year, in 2023. I don't know when I can do it, but it's a little bit complicated because of all the legal stuff. But maybe you want to see it. You can write it in the comments if you want to have an English shop from Brickworld. And yeah, write in the comments. I'm ready. Back to the street, and I have closed all the remaining gaps. I'm not fully satisfied with the result, but I think that's the best I can do for now. It's looking like there is some broken stuff in the pavement, but that's the best I can do for now. So what do you think? Write it in the comments. It's fan post time at the Brickworld, and I got a letter and some minifigures from a fan from the German channel. And fan post is one of the best parts of working at the Brickworld and at the channel, or at both channels right now. And I got a lot of fan post over the last months and years, and many of the minifigures I have in my city are from fans. I got a big package last Christmas with 100 minifigures from one fan. That was the biggest fan package I ever got, and I'm always very happy when I get some post from my fans. And here you can see it in the back. There is that little package from the Lego store where you can build your own minifigures, and he sent me 3 minifigures. I'm going to find a place in later episodes inside my Brickworld. And if you want to send me some stuff, you can find my address in the imprint here on the channel. I'm always very glad to get some posts, and I'm also very happy to use all the stuff I get from my fans in my city. And yeah, that's the newest post, and I'm going to read all the part in the next episodes. So next part here is another gap we had in the city. You can see it right here. There was missing some parts of the tiles, and that was a bigger problem because you can see it on the left side. I have started the tile work on the river side. That's very far on the left side, and that's some tile pavement from the old layout. And there was a problem. It was not the same pattern I used on the left and right side. There was a problem with one brick space, and I added that little dark bluish gray part here to not need to rework the right side to make it the right pattern like on the left side. And I think that's better. I also had to remove some of that bricks that are below the pavement, because in the old layout they were in dark bluish gray. Now the top level is in light bluish gray, so I had to open it up. It was not very easy and a little bit complicated, but now I have closed another big gap here in the front, and that's now so that I have that part here it's finished. I have to add maybe some minifigures in the future, but I'm very happy that another gap in the city is now closed, like that gap you saw a few moments ago in the street. And yeah, these little gaps are often a little problem. I do not want to make them because there is often a good reason why there is a gap. But at the end, I'm very happy when I have closed those little gaps, because the big overview is much more better without these little gaps. And yeah, I think we have to work at other gaps in the future in other episodes. But for today and for now, these are all the gaps we are closing today. You can see here my marketplace in front of the train station. That's one of the biggest gaps I have, and I have to work here in one of the future episodes to add some more stuff here and to close that, because that's a very big gap you can see in almost every angle when you look at the city, and that's something I do not want to have. And that was a big part of the second part of 2022, these all these removing gap stuff, and I think I was on a very good way, and some of the biggest gaps are closed in the city. And there, that's for today, and the way I can say bye until next time.